The scene starts with a daring heist is pulled off in Antwerp by a group of thieves. The thieves, who were disguised as Haredi Jews, made off with an 86-carat diamond. Subsequently, Frankie Fourfingers, one of the robbers, goes to London to meet with Doug the Head, a diamond dealer who works for Cousin Avi, a famous Jewish-American crime boss. However, unbeknownst to the thieves, this heist will be the start of their troubles. The scene then switches to Boris the Blade, who is an arms dealer and a former KGB agent. Another gang member has instructed Frankie to get a gun from Boris, but this gangster later gets in touch with him and gives him the order to steal the diamond from Frankie so that Doug doesn't have to. Meanwhile, a man named Trukish Y owns a slot machine shop and runs an underground boxing promotion is put in a very tight situation. Bricktop, a mob boss, puts pressure on him to set up a bout between Gorgeous George, his boxer, and one of Bricktop's fighters. A group of Irish travelers are selling a caravan, and Turkish dispatches his business partner Tommy and Gorgeous George to purchase it. When Mickey O'Neill, the champion of the travelers, challenges George to a bare-knuckle fist fight, the plot twists in an unexpected way. Unexpectedly, Mickey manages to knock George out with just one punch. Turkish is now in a difficult situation. In the upcoming fight, he persuades Mickey to fight in George's place because George is injured. In exchange for Mickey's promise to fight, Turkish promises to purchase a new caravan for Mickey's mom. Bricktop reluctantly agrees to the terms of the deal, but only on the condition that Mickey stage a fourth-round loss on purpose. Boris, a former KGB agent, offers Frankie a gun in exchange for a favor. Frankie is to go to Bricktop's betting parlor and make a wager for Boris. At the same time, Avi takes his bodyguard Rosebud on a plane to London to retrieve the stolen diamond. He is aware that Frankie has a gambling problem. While Frankie is at the betting shop, Boris has two small-time criminals named Vinny and Sol, who are also pawnbrokers, rob him. Unfortunately, plans fall through. In their haste to park, Vinny and Sol smash into Frankie's van, ensnaring Frankie inside. They end up on camera, and to rub salt in the wound, the betting shop runs out of money due to the postponement of the Gorgeous George fight. They kidnap Frankie in an attempt to get away, but they end up taking him to their pawn shop anyway. Frankie is held captive by Sol and Vinny there, who have placed a sack over his head. Upon Boris's arrival at the pawn shop, Sol and Vinny insist that he split the proceeds from the diamond sale 50-50. Vinny says Boris's name by accident at this very intense moment. While Frankie is at the betting shop, Boris has two small-time criminals named Vinny and Sol, who are also pawnbrokers, rob him. Unfortunately, plans fall through. In their haste to park, Vinny and Sol smash into Frankie's van, ensnaring Frankie inside. They end up on camera, and to rub salt in the wound, the betting shop runs out of money due to the postponement of the Gorgeous George fight. They kidnap Frankie in an attempt to get away, but they end up taking him to their pawn shop anyway. Frankie is held captive by Sol and Vinny there, who have placed a sack over his head. Upon Boris's arrival at the pawn shop, Sol and Vinny insist that he split the proceeds from the diamond sale 50-50. Vinny says Boris's name by accident at this very intense moment. Boris takes the diamond and promptly shoots Frankie in the head to cover up any evidence. Once again, Mickey shocks everyone by shockingly knocking out his opponent with a powerful punch, rather than following the plan to throw the fight. Bricktop gets furious and demands that Mickey fight again, but this time he has to lose on purpose. He then takes Turkish's savings and does it. If Turkish doesn't purchase a better caravan for Mickey's mother, Mickey will not fight. Unfortunately, Turkish isn't in a financial position to purchase it. In an effort to provoke Mickey into a confrontation, the goons from Bricktop destroy Turkish's arcade and brutally torch Mickey's mother's caravan, leading to her unfortunate demise. Bricktop's henchmen seek out Tyrone, Sol, and Vinny in an effort to exact vengeance for the theft of his betting shop. Fortunately, Sol is able to negotiate a compromise that prevents their deaths. If Bricktop will just promise to keep them safe, he will give them the stolen diamond. They are given 48 hours by Bricktop to recover the diamond. In their pursuit of Frankie, Avi and Doug seek Bullet-Tooth Tony's assistance. After they find out Boris is involved, they decided to abduct him in order to get the diamond back. But they are being pursued by Sol, Vinny, and Tyrone. Coincidentally, Turkish and Tommy, who are en route to meet Boris to buy a gun, are both on the same road. Tommy flings Turkish's milk carton out the car window during their intense pursuit, and it splashes onto Tony's windshield. Tony wrecks his car because he can't see straight, killing Avi's bodyguard Rosebud in the process. Despite Boris's best efforts, he narrowly avoids being hit by Tyrone's car. Tony and Avi end up in a bar brawl with Sol, Vinny, and Tyrone. Nonetheless, Tony threatens them by bringing attention to the fact that their weapons are imitations, whereas his are authentic. Surprisingly, Boris shows up hurt, but determined to get the diamond back, carrying an assault rifle and a grenade launcher. However, Tony accidentally shoots Tyrone and kills Boris. Vinny conceals the diamond in his pants, and Sol and Vinny take advantage of the situation to flee with it. They tell Tony that the diamond has been returned to their pawn shop, but when they get there, Vinny acts as though he lost the diamond and blames his dog, who he got from the travelers, for ingesting it. Vinny pulls the diamond out of his pants and reveals the truth as tensions rise. Avi then orders Tony to kill the dog, but the dog snatches the gem and bolts, probably back to the travelers' campsite. Avi indiscriminately shoots the running dog, killing Tony in the midst of the mayhem. Avi returns to New York City, abandoning the events behind, overwhelmed by despair. With reluctance, Mickey agrees to fight as Bricktop demands in order to prevent additional carnage. Turkish is concerned that Mickey won't be able to reach the fourth round as expected because he gets very drunk after his mother's funeral. If Mickey does not submit in the fourth round, Bricktop has issued a chilling ultimatum, threatening to have his men slaughter Turkish, Tommy, Mickey, and all of the travelers. If Bricktop is to be believed, Mickey makes it to the fourth round of the fight. Following the agreed-upon plan, his opponent knocks him down. Surprisingly, though, Mickey doesn't waste any time getting back up and down. He lands another knockout punch, giving his opponent another taste of defeat. As Mickey, Tommy, and Turkish try to escape for their lives, mayhem breaks out outside the arena. But out of the blue, the travelers ambush Bricktop and his men, killing them all. In the end, it turns out that Mickey planned this whole thing to get even with his mom. Mickey had been covertly betting on his own victory, taking advantage of Bricktop's odds rigging, rather than throwing fights as directed. Mickey was able to reap substantial profits while carrying out his revenge plot because of this. When Turkish and Tommy returned to the travelers' campsite the next morning, they discovered it was deserted. After taking their prizes, Mickey and the Pikeys have already made their getaway. Police officers question Turkish and Tommy about their presence, and they have a hard time coming up with a reasonable explanation. Luckily, Vinny's dog shows up at the last minute, and they say they're walking it. While returning, they encounter Sol and Vinny, who have been taken into custody by the authorities. Frankie and Tony's corpses were stashed in the trunk of Sol and Vinny's car. Tragically, they stand by helplessly as Turkish and Tommy abscond with the dog, unaware that they are transporting the priceless gem. In the end, and after Turkish and Tommy take the dog to the vet removes the squeaky toy from the dog's stomach. The diamond was hidden inside the dog, which caught them by surprise. They decide to ask Doug for advice on selling it after realizing its worth. After speaking with Doug, Avi makes up his mind to go back to London just to buy that diamond, the very gemstone that caused all this trouble to them.